Now rules of probability. Probability of A joint B is equal to probability of A into probability of B given A. A joint B is also equal to probability of B into probability of A given B. This denotes conditional probability of A given B. Similarly, this represents conditional probability of B given A. If A and B are independent event, then probability of A joint B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. When A and B are independent, then probability of A given B is equal to probability of A and probability of B given A is equal to probability of B. This is only applicable for when A and B are independent. This is important. If A and B are independent, then this condition can be applied. Now understand it with the help of example. There are two containers with one containing 4 red and 3 green balls and other containing 3 blue and 4 green balls. One ball is drawn at random from container. What is probability that one is red and other is blue? Here total number of cases are 7. Here NS is 7. Here in second case, what is NS? In second case, NS is also 7. Total number of cases are 7. Here now you can see what is the probability that one is red and one is blue. We have to draw one ball from this container and other ball from this container. You can see they both are independent event. We have to draw one red ball from this container. So total number of cases will be, if we draw one ball from this container, then NE is 4. And other ball we have to draw from this container, second container, that is blue ball. So 3 by 7. Here they both are independent event. It is said that if A and B are independent event, it means that they have no connection with each other. If we draw one ball from this container and other ball from this container, they have no connection with each other. If they have no connection with each other, then probability of A into probability of B. This is how we can find joint probability. This is, we can say, this is probability of A, this is probability of B. Now to find joint probability, as they are saying, the probability that one is red and other is blue, that is 4 by 7 into 3 by 7. If you don't remember this formula, as I told you in my first lecture of permutation and combination, in starting of the lecture I told you, if AND is there, then we have to do multiplication. As they are saying one is red, find if one is red and other is blue, find if other is blue. AND means we have to multiply it. Then answer came out to be, this is answer. Now we are going to take questions on conditional probability, that is probability A joint B is equal to probability of A into probability of A given B. Now how we find probability of A given B is, that is probability of A joint B upon probability of B. Similarly, how we find probability of B when A is given, that is probability of A joint B upon probability of A. Now we solve question based on this. Here x value is given, y value is given. We have to find the probability of y when x is given. Just apply the formula. Now probability of x union B is this upon. Now easy way to remember this, if probability of x is in denominator, then we put probability of x in denominator. Now probability of x in denominator is 1 by 4. Now solve it, its answer will come out to be 1 by 3. Now next question, let PE denotes probability of event A given. Now PA is 1, PB is 1 by 2. They are asking the value of probability of A given B and probability of B given A. R. For this we have to find the probability of A joint B. Now how we find it? As these both are independent event, if events are independent, in case of independent event, then how we find this? That is 1 into 1 by 2. This comes out to be answer. Now it's easy, we can find it. That is 1 by 2 upon probability of B is 1 by 2. Now probability of A given B comes out to be 1. Similarly, now probability of B given A comes out to be half. A fair coin is tossed till the head appears for the first time. The probability that number of required tosses is odd is. Here they are saying that probability that required tosses is odd is. It means that we toss the coin first time. They are saying we have to toss the coin till the head came. First case, we toss the coin first time and head appears. Second case, we toss the coin and head appears. They are saying tosses should be odd. It means that at first time we toss the coin, head appears. Second time, head doesn't appear, tail appear. Tosses should be odd, so it means that at third time head appears. They are saying we have to toss the coin till the head appears. Let's take the first case where head appears first time. Second case we can take like tail and head. In first case tail appears, in second case head appears. But we can't take this case because number of tosses should be odd. So we take odd cases. First case when tail appears, time head appears. Third case can be first time tail appears, second tail appears, third tail appears, fourth tail appears. We can't take even cases. So 4 times tail appear, fifth time head appears. Because number of tosses should be odd, we have to toss till the head appears. Fourth case, when this is the fifth time head appears. In fourth case, seventh time head appears. It means that we have to toss the coin 6 times when tail appears. So probability of head appear is 1/2. Similarly, tail appear is 1/2. So probability of head appear tosses are 3 times. So probability that tail comes first time is 1/2. Probability that tail comes second time is 1/2. Probability that head occurs a third time is 1/2. It means that 1/8. Similarly, first time tail appears 1/2, second time tail appears 1/2, third time tail appears 1/2, fourth time tail appears 1/2, fifth time head appears is also 1/2. Similarly, so on. Now solve it. We can take half outside. Now this forms GP. Solve it. This comes out to be answer. Suppose a fair fixed dice is rolled once. If the value of die is 1, 2, 3, then die is rolled second time. What is the probability that sum of total value that turns up is at least 6? They are saying a dice is rolled once. If 1, 2 or 3 appears, then it will be rolled second time. If 1, 2 and 3 doesn't appear, then it will not be rolled second time. If 4, 5, 6 appears, then it will not be rolled second time. If 1, 2 and 3 appears, then it will be rolled second time. As they are saying, as a fair 6-sided dice is rolled once. It's rolled once. If value of die is 1, 2 and 3, the dice is rolled second time. If 1, 2 and 3 occurs, then it's rolled second time. It obviously means if 4, 5, 6 appears, it will not be rolled second time. Then they are asking what is the probability that sum of total value that turns up is at least 6. It means that 6 or more than that. Then what's the probability? Here, what's the probability that 1, 2, 3 occurs? As dice is rolled one time, then what is the probability that 1, 2 and 3 occurs? That is 1/2. And what is the probability that 4, 5, 6 occurs? It's also 1/2. As this is rolled once, what is the probability that this occurs? 1/2. What is the probability that this occurs? 1/2. Now, if 1, 2, 3 occurs, then what's the probability that the value comes out to be at least 6? Here, if 1, 2, 3 occurs, then we have to see sum occurs is at least 6. I am not taking 4, 5, 6 cases because they are not saying to take 4, 5, 6 cases. Here 1, at least 6, 6 or more than that, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And total number of cases are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 into 3 rows are there, 18 cases. 1/2, it means that 1/2. If 1, 2, 3 occurs, then 1/2 cases are there, that at least 6 occurs. If 4, 5, 6 cases are there, when we roll the die first time and 4, 5, 6 occurs, then we will not roll the die second time. So it means that no need to take 4, 5, 6 cases. Then what's the probability that at least 6 occurs here? When we roll the dice 3 times, then what's the probability that at least 6 occurs? When actually 6 occurs. This is a case. When we roll the die and 6 occurs, it means that out of 3, 1 by 3. It means that only one case is there out of 3, that in this case when 6 can occur. Are you understanding that? When 4, 5, 6 occurs on a dice first time, then we can't roll the dice second times. Then what's the probability that 6 occurs when 6 occurs first time? Now these are cases. This is case 1. Then what's the probability that 1, 2, 3 occurs? This is a probability that 1, 2, 3 occurs, and this is a probability that 6 occurs. So multiply this. Now, and second case is, this is case when 4, 5, 6 occurs on a dice, and this is a case when 6 occurs. Now this comes out to be answer. An urn contains 5 red and 7 green balls. A ball is drawn at random and its color is noted. The ball is placed back into the yarn along with another ball of same color. The probability of getting a red ball in the next drawn is. Here we have to find the probability of getting red ball. Here urn contains 5 red and 7 green balls. Here there is urn that contains 5 red and 7 green balls. A ball is drawn at random. We draw a ball at random and its color is noted. It can be red ball or it can be green ball. If ball is placed back into the yarn along with another ball, they are saying if red ball occurs, then we note the color, and with that ball we place another ball of red color. Here it means that if firstly we have 5 red balls and a red ball is drawn, then they place another red ball with it. It means that 6 red balls are there and 7 and green balls remain same. As seen a question, the ball is drawn back into the yarn. The ball is placed back into the yarn with another ball of same color. If we draw a green color, then we drop that ball in a yarn, and also another ball of green color is also dropped in a yarn. Then we left with 5 red and 8 green balls. Then they are saying what is the probability of getting red ball in the next draw. Then what is the probability? Then this time we will draw red ball, that is 6 by 13. And here what is the probability that we draw red color is 5 by 13. First of all, if we draw green color, then it's not necessary, then in second time we can't draw red color. This is a probability of second case. Now we have to find what is the probability. In first case we draw the red color is 5 by 12. This is 5 by 12 is a probability that we draw red ball in a first draw. Then what's the probability that we draw green ball in a first draw is 7 by 12. So this is case number 1 and this is case number 2. Now we have to find the probability of getting red color in the next row is, add these cases. First of all, multiply these probabilities together. Probability of drawing red ball in a first row is this into probability of drawing red ball in second row plus first case, case 1, plus probability of getting green ball in a first row into probability of getting red ball in a second row. Answer will come out to be 65 by 156. This is answer. Check it by yourself too. Another question. Probability of getting a head in a single toss is biased coin is 0.3. Probability of getting head is 0.3. The coin is tossed rapidly till the head is obtained. If the coin is independent, then probability of getting head for the first time in the fifth toss is. If probability of getting head is 0.3, then probability of getting tail is 0.7. How we get it? 1 minus probability of head. This is how we can find probability of tail. They are saying the coin is tossed rapidly till the head. We have to toss the coin rapidly till the head came. They are saying we have to toss the coin rapidly till the head came. If tosses are independent, then probability of getting head for the first time in the fifth toss. They are saying this is independent event. If this is independent event, it means that probability of this is probability of A, this is probability of B. In independent event, we multiply probability of A and probability of B, that is probability of getting tail first time multiply probability of getting tail second time, probability of getting tail third time, probability of getting tail fourth time. They are saying probability of getting head in fifth time. 4 times it means that tails are there, and at fifth time we got head. Probability of getting tails are 0.7, 0.7 into 0.7 into 0.7, 0.7. Probability of getting tail 4 times is 0.7, and we got head for the first time on fifth time is probability of getting head is 0.3. Now multiply that and you will get your answer. This is an examination consists of 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. The probability of failing in paper 1 is 0.3 and paper 2 is 0.2. Given that student has failed in paper 2, the probability of failing in paper 1 is this. The probability that student failing in both the paper is. We will use this formula because condition applies, because here they are saying student has failed in paper 2. The probability of failing in paper 1 is 0.6. Here failing in paper 1, probability of failing in paper 1 is 0.2. Here probability of failing in paper 1 is 0.3. Failing in paper 2 is 0.2. Here they are saying a student has failed in paper 2. He has already failed in paper 2 and failing in paper 1 is 0.6. So now we have to find the probability of failing in both paper. So this is probability in 0.6 and answer will come out to be. So probability of failing in both the paper is 0.12. A person on a trip has choice between private car and public transport. The probability of using private car is 0.45 while using a public transport. Further choice available are bus and metro, out of which by bus is 0.55. In such a situation, the probability of using car and bus metro respectively would be. Here person has a choice between private car and public transport. The probability of using private car is 0.45. A person has choice between private car and public transport. The probability of using private car is 0.45. If probability of using private car is 0.45, then using public transport is 1 minus 0.45. Probability of using public transport plus private car is equal to 1. Private is 0.45, then public is, here public has probability of 0.55. 0.55. While using public transport, further choice available are, here in public transport further choice is available, that is bus, metro, out of which probability of accumulating by bus is 0.45. Here bus and here metro. Using bus is 0.55. Using bus is 0.55, then using metro is 0.45. That is, here choices are between bus plus metro is equal to 1. Then bus is 0.55 plus metro. So metro has probability 1 minus 0.55, that is 0.45. Now they are asking probability of using car, bus and metro. So here probability of using car is 0.45, and probability of using bus is, here bus probability is divided into 2, that is 0.55 into, now see whole probability. Probability of using bus is 0.55 into 0.55. It comes out to be 0.3. Now probability of using metro is 0.45. 0.45 into, now see whole probability, 0.45 and 0.55. 0.25. Here car is not divided into any, so car has probability 0.45. Now this comes out to be answer. A box contains 2 washers, 3 nuts and 4 bolts. Items are drawn from box at random at a time Here without replacement. The probability of drawing 2 washers first followed by 3 nuts and sequentially 4 bolts. Probability of finding 2 washers, 3 nuts and 4 bolts. Now see, probability of finding washers is in a box. How many items are there? Here in a box 9 items are there. Now probability of finding 2 washers. Now 2 by 9. They are saying items are drawn from a box at random without replacement. It means that once they draw the item from the box, they will not put it back in a box. If they collect 1 washer from it, 1 is left, and from total also 1 subtracted. It means that 8, 4 bolts, 3 nuts and 1 washer only. So total number of items are 8. Now what's the probability to find second washer? That is 1 by 8. Similarly, probability of finding 3 nuts is when all items are there, then probability of finding 3 nuts are 3 by 9. Now 1 nut is drawn, then we are only left with 2 nuts. Now from total 1 gets subtracted. Now total number is 8 and we are left with only 2 nuts. So 2 by 8. Second nut is also drawn. If second nut is also drawn, then we are left with only 1 nut. Then total number of nuts are now 7. If total number of nuts are 7, then how many nuts are remaining? 1 by 7. This is a case when they say without replacement. In previous cases, they were saying with replacement, that they are drawing something from a box and they are putting it back. It means that total number remains same. Now we have to replace 4 bolts, 4 by 9. Now if we draw 1 bolt, then we are remain with 3 bolts. Then we have to draw bolts from 3 bolts, 3 by 8. Now another 2 by 7 and another similarly 1 by 6. This is because we are not putting it back. They are saying probability of drawing 2 washers first followed by 3 nuts and subsequently 4 bolts. It means that they are asking to find probability of drawing if 2 washers get drawn. Probability of drawing nuts, that is now what we have to put between that. They are saying probability of drawing 2 washers. These are not cases. When they are cases, we put plus. But they are saying they are drawing one after another. These are not cases. They are conditions that they are drawing it one after another. So we put, they are saying 2 washers, 3 nut and 4 volts that we are drawing. So when these are cases, then we put plus between that. These are not cases, these are conditions. The chance of student passing an exam is 20%. The chance of students passing the exam and getting above 90% marks in it is 5%. Given that student passes the exam, the probability of getting 90% marks is, here chance of students passing the marks is, probability of pass the marks is 0.2. How we find it? It's 20% is there, so this is how we find the probability. Now the chance of students passing the exam and getting 90% means 90% is 0.05. It's 5%, so 0.05. Given that student passed the exam, it's given that it passed the exam, the probability of students gets 90% marks is, it means that here if this is A, this is B, then it means that now we have to find, that is 0.2. Here it's given that it passes the marks. This is easy method to remember it. The given thing always is in denominator. Answer will come out to be 1 by 4. Now another question. A box contains 4 white and 3 red balls. In succession, 2 balls are randomly selected and removed from the box. Give that first removed ball is white, the probability that second removed ball is red. It's given that first removed ball is white. So how many balls are there? 4 white balls are there. Total is 7. 2 balls are randomly selected and removed from the box. Now we have to find the probability that second ball is red. That how we find it? The 2 balls are randomly selected and removed from the box. It's given the first ball is white and They are saying to find the probability of second ball if this is red. Second ball is red. Now, what is the probability of second ball being red? Here from this box, if first ball is drawn, white ball is drawn. Now 3 white balls are remaining. Now this is total number of balls, that is 6. One ball is drawn, it has not replaced, so total number of balls are now 6. Now from 6, how many red balls are there? 3. Red balls remain unaffected. This is B, this is A, this is A, here it's how we find its union, 4 by 7 into 3 by 6, and white balls are given. Now we have to find the probability that second ball that is drawn is red. We have to find red upon, we know that first ball drawn was white, probability of white ball is 4 by 7. Now answer came out to be 3 by 6, that is 1 by 2. Aishwarya studies either computer or maths every day. If she studies computer on a day, then probability that she studies math next day is 0.6. If she studies maths on a day, then probability that she studies computer the next day is 0.4. Given that Aishwarya studies computer on Monday, what is the probability that she studies computer on Wednesday? Now she studies computer and maths every day. He studies computer and maths every day. They are saying given that Aishwarya studies computer on Monday, that on Monday she studies computer. They confirmed that she studies computer on Monday. So probability of studying computer on Monday is 1 and studying maths is 0. I have written maths because just for your understanding, to show you that she studies maths and computer every day. Now Monday, it's confirmed that she studies computer, so probability of studying computer on Monday is 1 and maths is 0. If she studies computer on a day, then probability that she studies maths next day is 0.6. If she studies computer on a day, then she studies maths next day is 0.6. As she can study both the subject, but if she studies computer, then probability that on next day she will study maths is 0.6. Maths is 0.6. If maths has probability of studying 0.6 on Tuesday, then its computer will be 0.4. It's Tuesday. On Monday computer, on Tuesday she can study both the subject. Probability of studying maths is 0.6 and studying computer is 0.4. If she studies maths on a day, then probability that she studies computer next day is 0.4. Computer probability is 0.4. If computer probability is 0.4, then she can also study maths, it's 0.6. It's about when she studies maths on Tuesday. If she couldn't study maths on Tuesday, if she studied computer on Tuesday, then what will be the probability? If she studied computer on Tuesday, then if she studies computer on a day, then probability that she studies maths on next day is 0.6. Studying maths is 0.6, then studying computer is 0.4. Now this is probability of Wednesday. Given that Aishwarya studies computer on Monday, it's confirmed. Then what is probability that she studies computer on Wednesday? So there are two probabilities, that is this one and this one. Studying computer on Wednesday is when she studies computer on Tuesday and when she studied computer on Monday. This probability, that is 0.4 into 0.4. This is first case. Second case is this, plus she can study computer on Wednesday when she studied maths on Tuesday and computer is confirmed on Monday, this case. That is 0.4 into 0.6. Now find it. This is answer. I am telling you again, that is she studies computer on Monday. Then there are two cases. If she studies computer on a day, this is random day, it's confirmed that she studies computer on Monday. To find probability of Tuesday, we have to see random case. That is, if she studies computer on a day, then the probability that she studies maths on next day is 0.6. If this is 0.6, then study computer will be 0.4. Then Wednesday, if she studied computer on Tuesday, then there can be two cases. On Wednesday, she can study computer or she can study maths. Similarly, on maths also, she can study computer or she can study math. Both can be possibilities. So, see random case, when she studies computer on a day, then the probability she studies maths next day is 0.6. She studies computer on a day, then probability that she studies maths on a next day is 0.6. This is 0.6. If this is 0.6, then studying computer will be 0.4. Similarly, if she studies maths on a day, if she studies maths on Tuesday, then probability that she studies computer on the next day is 0.4. This is probability that she study computer on next day is 0.4. If this is 0.4, then studying maths is 0.6. Then these are cases. This is Wednesday. Now, we have to find the probability that she studies computer on Wednesday. Now, there can be two cases, when she studied computer on Tuesday and when she studied maths on Tuesday. Now, its probability is 0.4 into 0.4. This is first case. Now, second case is when she studied maths on Tuesday, that is this case. Because computer is confirmed on Monday. This is 0.4 into 0.6. Now, answer came out to be. Now, that's it for today's lecture. In next class, we will start with Bayes theorem. So, like, share and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to comment below for your feedback. If you like the video and subscribe to the channel, then it gives motivation to make more such videos like this for you. Thank you. Have a nice day.